Oh, all right. So, today is Thursday. OMG. It's gonna be more of this guy today. I think I wanna keep developing this one. Make it all interesting. Hey Atsuki, hey Algani. I'm good, thank you. Uh, Today my son he got his grades and diplomas and so on from school. It's a good boy. Hey Quentin and Bruno Romanos. Chillstrand, how's it going? The the eternal lady. How's it going? So my son, I must brag, he got like a gold report card or gold grades, meaning like all in the what's that like American equivalent of like honors in a way. It's good. So he got like all top stuff, which is nice. Which is really nice. Very proud of my boy, and he hopefully he knows it. I think he does. He's sitting here on the sofa. Yeah, my son's name is Hugo. Hugo. Hey Tonku. Thanks, Kirill. Yeah, my kid, my son, oldest, he finished school or got the grades. Yesterday we were at my daughter's graduation from kindergarten. But like most of you know, she has autism and it had its own challenges. But all in all, I think she was happy. But it was more on our end. Like, had to take her out of the room a few times because she couldn't stay quiet and all that. But it was all good. It was all good in the end. We went and celebrated by eating hamburgers. Well, we asked her, like, what do you want to eat? And she said she wanted fries. So we went and had some tasty food to celebrate her finishing her kindergarten. It's good. It's just a shame, like it's very common in autism that they stim. It's called stimming. It's like they stimulate themselves. Some kids they need to like twiddle their fingers or make noises or jump um, or whatever they do. It's for like sensory feedback to calm themselves down. My daughter, she likes to talk. That's her stimming. Like she repeats words or favorite phrases, and it's just a shame, where I understand the reasons why she does it, you know, but it is like as a parent, it's frustrating to see that and not being able to change it, and not for the sake of like save face or anything. I mean, but for her sake, she. Oh, that's stupid. Okay, she's missing out on things because she has this disability, you know, which is the annoying part. Not that, I mean, of course, it's annoying that she interrupts for others, but that's secondary. I'm more annoyed by the fact that she can't uh, relax and take, enjoy the moment, that she has to be like ruled by the disability, which is, super annoying. And the sad part. But she seemed happy in the end. Was good. Hey, Tormod. Wow, Kirill, that doesn't sound good. Cat peeing on stuff. Usually, the cat peeing on stuff is them telling you something. It's not normal that they do. So it's either it's sick, you have changed something in its like the litter box or whatever. You haven't given it food in a while. I don't know, but usually when they do that, they're telling you they're unhappy. Our cat used to go pee in our beds, as a protest for something until we. I think it was the litter. We had to change the litter in her litter box, in the sense of smell and brand. And then when we did that, she stopped peeing everywhere. She was like, all right, human, I approve." And then she stopped. But she used to go up in the bed, like look at you, and like go. uh, Kirill. Yeah, I know the feeling of like as a parent, they say with the autism and stimming is that they do it the most with the family because they feel comfortable enough to stim, which is not really that fun every day. But of course, they need to be able to relax and don't. I think it's sort of OCD, behavior. Like it feels like they have to do it. So of course they have to be allowed to do it for their sanity. I can imagine it's like an itch. Hey, Georg, how's it going? Hey, Kalini, how are you? How are you this fine morning? Tormod, today is the kind of day where IT consultant could be way better without customers and computers. Oh, you're having a great day, I hear. That's great, Kalini. Glad to hear it. I kind of want to. There's always, for me, always in a lot of these type of designs, they end up looking like metal knights, which is annoying. Kirill, yeah, absolutely. Repetitive behavior is what they feel comfortable in. You can't. I mean, you can practice not to do it in social situations. But I mean, I can imagine they need an outlet for it. So that's why, for example, our daughter stim the most when she's with us. Um, for good and bad. Some days my brain just doesn't want to deal with it. Just, your patience is out. But you gotta do it. You gotta deal with it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, they feel comfortable in schedules, but luckily for us, uh, most of the things with time, my daughter feels a lot more comfortable with. Like, oh, we're not gonna do this today. We're gonna go over here, and she's happy with it. as long as like what we kind of figured out. This is I mean, what we figured out is that the change of the routine can be mitigated, lessened by having a routine within the non-routine. So let's say, oh, you're gonna have a croissant, like a treat. So that becomes the routine when we are breaking the routine. But worst is when there is none to like a treat to find somewhere in a cafe. Then it's like, oh shit, what's the backup plan of routine within the non-routine? And with more practice, she's more and more fine with it. But one thing we figured out, like to help her, is that we put on music on the phone from her for like favorite soundtracks. So that becomes also the like a way to calm her, like a routine when she needs a routine when we're breaking the daily schedule. Kirill, yeah, it's really good for them to have that. It's such a it's such a hidden disease, or not disease, but disability, because you usually don't see it at first that there is something off. It's usually just in behavior, you know. Hey, Ice Die, how's it going? For me, autism is extremely intriguing in the sense of what it does to a human and why it does it. It's like I don't understand it. Like it's this hidden human state. I mean, we all know the extreme end of the spectrum of autism is like Rain Man. Like what's that? What's this? What is it called? Idiot Savant? Is that the, or is it just Savant? That's just the name for like extremely skilled in one field. Let's say there's been many like really famous mathematicians that are autistic. Um, the guy that hacked or cracked the Enigma code, right, for the in the Second World War. He was to some degree autistic. I'm quite sure. Syndrome. I think it's syndrome rather than symptom. Kirill, right? Yeah. Hey, Tiken, how's it going? Hoi hoi hoi. Yeah, but that's intriguing. Like these, like I've seen some autistic people who have the savant and who's at the savant end with like photo memory. They can ride in a helicopter over Manhattan and then they go and sit down and draw everything like perfectly, like copy of what the views they saw flying over New York or Manhattan. It's like that is a unique gift. But like looking at their physicality, there's no difference between us in that sense. Like there's not higher IQ, there is no in that sense of capacity, but their chemistry is just different in how the brain operates and functions, that causes them to have this extreme, to be on the extreme end of one skill set, which is crazy, which is even stranger when you think about all the poor children who's just like messed up on the scale of that. Like let's say my daughter, who she's like in the middle of really really bad and very little, and for us we can literally like see the chemical difference in her body depending on her diet and like how the body feels, which is even stranger. and you have no idea like what's happening, like in the machinery on the inside. Now, how can you know the chemical balance between everything in every part that communicates with each other? And it could be just something she ate at kindergarten that boosted her for the next day, or didn't eat at the kindergarten, or ate at breakfast. Like, you never know. But you can see the difference, which is crazy. Which intrigues me. Like, how lucky a lot of us are with functioning immune system and like non-leaky gut, so on. Because there's this a lot of theory about like how one of the reasons why they do have it is because the compromised immune system, and compromised immune system usually means inflammation in the body. And inflammation of the body, if you can adjust it through diet, it means you're eating non-inflammatory food that doesn't upset the stomach. But I mean, there's a symptom called leaky gut, which means that when the nutrients passes through your intestines, it leaks out into the bloodstream, things that shouldn't leak out because it's broken. It doesn't function correctly, and then you get like inflammation, and that in return causes your brain to misfire. Like, it's a very common thing in leaky gut is called foggy brain. Like, where you have a hard time remembering or coming up with correct words. And for a normal person who has that, they themselves get frustrated. Like, they catch themselves going, "Oh, what was that word again?" They have a hard time thinking clearly. Then imagine someone who's on the autism spectrum who also has leaky gut and eats the wrong diet. So first of all, by their status of being born with autism, have an issue with finding the right words, finding the correct emotion and dealing with it, and that alone is an issue, right? Then plus the inflammation by a misfiring internal system and leaky gut and so on, and you get plus brain fog. And how are you supposed to be learning anything? How are you supposed to be, like, advancing in knowledge and understanding if you even it's like pancake on pancake of issues. So the biggest thing we noticed is like start with a root cause, like diet, right? How the machinery operates. We did lots of research about like how the oil balance in the body should be approximately. Obviously, it's all based on who you are as a person, but so we have to be a little bit generic with how we test our daughter in the sense of what she eats and so on. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, but you can notice it yourself as well. If you stop eating something, one of those kind of inflammatory things, let's say flour, wheat, or sugar. If you stop eating sugar completely, you'll feel a physical reaction to it, for sure. Yeah, this spectrum is super broad, but it's such a crazy thing, and so we are like on a mission to try to give our daughter the best baseline to remove as many issues as possible, so she just has a lesser count of issues, so the stack of them isn't that high, so at least she'll have less of them so she can start dealing or trying to deal with it rather than just, seeing the top of that massive mountain and just going. Um, I don't getting any notification that something has been hidden, Tcan. Um, Maybe you didn't write it, or hit enter. You only hit human flesh. Oh, really, Kirill? That's interesting. Yeah, the leaky gut is a very specific. I'm spitting. It's a very specific state where things have gone too far. You know. But there is a lot of diet corrections you can do to fix leaky gut. But it's more or less a lifelong disease when it gone that far. But you can still correct it so it doesn't give you issues, and you solve the issues that leaky gut does. But you gotta have a controlled diet, for the rest of your life, so that symptoms doesn't return. But you can correct it and you can recover from it. Majority of the cases you can recover from with diet, but it gotta be a very specific diet, and then you can't return to the shitty diet afterwards. You gotta keep it, which is interesting. My mother-in-law, she's like a coach when it comes to that kind of stuff. She can't, obviously for legal reasons, because she's not the doctor, but she can like coach or consult people with it. Obviously she can't do any medical things, but she's really learned. She's really studied it, and she's really good at it. And the people she's consulted and helped have massive progress. Tonku, yeah, absolutely. Sugar is really bad for you. I really eat very limited amount of sugar. Tikan, yeah, it's really confusing state. Tikan, yeah, absolutely. That's something we notice with our daughter as well. If we say like put it on the table, she won't understand. But if you say like take that specific thing and place it on the top of the table, she'll do it. Tikan, maybe. I didn't get any. Usually you get notifications if it's hidden, but yeah, not. But that's good. That's great that you work with autistic people. Either, I mean, as in helping them, or just they are at your workplace. Tonku, absolutely. I absolutely don't like the taste of sugar. I drink black coffee. I love the taste of like steak more than sweets. So like my idea of dessert is like steak rather than cake. Oh really, Tika? That's fantastic. Huge amount of respect for you. People like that is my my hats off. You should be proud of that fact. There's not a lot of people who have that kind of balls to to help people that need help. You just climbed the ladder of respect on my end massively. Hey, Örjan. How are you, sir? How are you, good sir? I kinda don't like this arm still. So annoying. What am I even doing with this pose? You see how much I struggle with this pose just because I didn't think about it? So stupid. But it just shows that it's important to draw with purpose and not just draw, because you're going to be paying for it. Long or short hair on a feisty wolf woman? Yeah, it's even Steven. If the angry wolf woman is wild, I would have long. But if it's like rabid or diseased or crazy or a little bit more character in the sense of presence, I would have shorter. Because you can make it look more like on purpose, right? If it's just long hair, it always for me indicates not grooming. I mean, unless you do groomed long hair, and then it becomes purposefully. So it's a little bit of like, what kind of stuff do you want to indicate with it? Both would work. It's a bigger design challenge to solve it with shorter hair, though. Super Groovely, a Protectron. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit, yeah, the way you say it. Tomku, yeah. Werewolves with pony man buns. Just do man buns. Is it the face that bugs me as well? It's a little bit. But I like that they're just peepholes. Should do some design with it though, not just peepers. Jeepers creepers. Could be, Ariane, yeah, it could be. But you could also shave it. Shave it in a pattern. Like she's groomed it, with a knife. Or, like making cool patterns. With longer hair, you can't really do that. Yeah. I like the scariness of the, like, just peepers as well. It feels like there's stuff missing. Some coolness, some personality, some flavor. This character needs more, something more. It's not just. It's not. So if I would do this as a design, First of all, more asymmetry. Would I? Maybe not. Should I? Probably. Algani, yeah, yep. The problem is that he's like just in there. I agree. He's just rammed in there like a turtle with a retracted head. And it's the same on the previous design as well, the other one that I drew. It's like this tank type character where the head is just submerged in the armor. But I did say at the beginning of this specific design that I wanted to make a tank type of character. Is the eyes too smushed down, maybe? Maybe it makes it look like he's tiny that way. Now it's a little bit more like grown-up proportions. But also makes it look like he's looking up. Maybe that's not bad. Maybe that's not a bad thing. Yeah, a little bit better. It's those subtle things, those little things that makes a difference. Would be nice with some sort of like a plate, some plate design. You know, like this is just not a fixed piece. Maybe like a V. That looks pretty cool. I kind of like that. Maybe. Yeah, legs and arms are very even Steven. Even McSteven. Hey, Captain Boss. Yeah, even Steven, he is pretty cool. I agree. Now it's sad, even Steven. But I kind of like it. It's not too bad. I think it's an improvement from earlier. It's definitely getting somewhere. Eyes die, yeah, absolutely. It's you have to practice. It's called killing your babies. You can't just love them unconditionally in art. You have to be able to go like, okay, all right, you gotta go. I gotta change this. And when you liberate yourself to that degree, when you're doing your paintings or designs, you'll see you gotta open for better possibilities to design something that's better. I think one little last, but I do agree with you guys. You were talking about change of material. There is two material or three materials: metal, metal, and leather. I think overall the shapes are pretty good, but I'm thinking like secondary shapes and stuff like that probably needed just to like increase the rhythm and flavor. But I like it. I like it. I think kill your darlings, no babies. Yeah, he's sitting there looking at me like, oh God, what is Daddy gonna do? No. Kill your darlings. You can't just, like, be too scared of changes. That's the power of layers. You just take a layer, um, make a new layer, and do changes. If it's bad, just revert. Chris, you always take it like 5 steps further than you should. Just keep on rolling. Keep on rolling. Just go that way. No regrets. Come on. Why are you broken? Musta Musta Mustakrakish? Shave Never shave your babies from both ends. Everyone knows that. Let's see. Oh, they are playing again. Alright. Let's go raid these people. They had great music last time. Thanks everyone for coming. Have a fantastic day. Go and give these guys some love. They were really cool last time we raided them. They're great musicians. No, are they leaving? Ah! Shit. Okay, we're gonna cancel that then. God damn it. Okay. Bless Online. That's a game. Alright. Let's raid someone else then. Charity Stream. Looks pretty decent. That looks pretty decent if it wasn't for what it was. Ion's Vision. That looks cool. EO58. That looks really cool. Let's raid. Let's see what EO58 is doing. This character. Let's go. Let's go. Have a great one. See you guys tomorrow morning. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Bye.